Hey everyone, it's Fim over here. If you want to keep updated with the latest from Maroon Talk, make sure to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You may also follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Pocket Casts, Breaker, Overcast, and Radio Public. UP Fight!
Naalala ko sinabi ni Jordan bago i-release yung The Last Dance na after you watch this, less people will like me as a person. So, hindi ko pa nakikita eh.
Wala
Hindi ko
pa,
pa siya
no?
hinihate as a person. So, yun ang hinihintay ko.
Makikita mo yung type, yung comparison nila ni Kobe, kung paano sila maging leader. Hindi lang as a player eh. Kasi ganun din si Kobe as a leader eh. Sa mga, sa ibang player niya, kila Lamar Odom, kila Pau Gasol, kila Sasha Vujacic. Ganun din siya eh. So,
Welcome to Maroon Talk, the only segment dedicated for anything and everything UP Fighting Maroons. I'm Fimran, batch 2010 from UP Los Baños.
Enzo Regondola, batch 2010, UP Diliman.
Levi Flora Jr., your boy LVJ, batch 2010, UP Los Baños.
Episodes 3 and 4 are out for The Last Dance, and unknowingly, ito na pala yung inaabangan ko na Dennis Rodman episode. Yeah, I liked it. How about you guys?
Solid to.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Ang ganda nito. Lalo na episode 4. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. All the smoke.
It's the same format as we saw the first two episodes, wherein it jumped to the 90s and back to the 80s alternatively, and within that process, we got to see the stories of the other personalities behind the spotlight, kumbaga, ng Chicago Bulls dynasty of that era. Here we got to see some stories about Phil Jackson, sila Tex Winter, but first off, let's talk about the star for these episodes. Pretty much, it was Dennis Rodman who was the top pick of episode 3.
The Worm.
The Worm. It's the one and only Dennis Rodman. Anong nakita niyo dun sa episode na yun?
Makita natin yung kanyang tenacity.
Yep.
Sa paglalaro. Tapos yung kanyang... Kasi syempre, alam naman natin yung what we knew about him was he was this crazy guy, plays wildly, has this weird hairdo, and has off-court antics. Pero hindi natin alam yung story sa kanyang trip to Las Vegas.
Yeah. We also got to see then how he started in the NBA and in basketball in general. Let's welcome Piel Ordonez to the show as well, everyone. What's up, Piel? Yeah, talking about Dennis Rodman in episode 3. Yun nga, 86 pala siya na draft. Halos kasabay ni Pippen, tama ba? Parang gano'n.
Yeah, 1 year. Yeah, 1 year apart.
1 year before.
Oo.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, he started out in Detroit na naman pala talaga. Pero, wala masyadong may alam dun sa college ball niya di ba? It was
Wala.
shown in the episode na he was an all-around player, and he got to do some scoring as well during his time in college. But ang pinaka-surprising dun sa ano na yun, sa story during his college days was he was a totally different person as to what he was sa NBA. So, can you guys talk more about that?
Parang different as in yung ano niya. Mas matino pa siya, quote-unquote.
Parang gano'n. Kasi, di ba, sa NBA, kilalang-kilala naman siya for his personality on the court and off the court. Pero nung college, ganoon pala siya na, siguro, hard-nosed na rin siya maglaro. Pero, ewan ko. Kayo, anong tingin niyo dun sa nung nakita niyo yung footage about him, nung bata pa siya?
Ako dun sa first part ng episode 3, dun niya naman sinabi na yung bad boy persona or controversial image niya nagsimula na sa Detroit na talaga. Hindi sa college, hindi sa childhood. And actually, gulat ako na he was homeless by age 18. Na medyo late na siya nagsimula mag-basketball.
Mhm.
Siguro it just happened na he was tall and some guys offered him college scholarship. So yun, nabanggit naman niya na sa Detroit na nagsimula. So perhaps yung Detroit culture talaga yung nag-influence sa kanya.
Yes.
Detroit Bad Boys. Yung mga nauna sa kanya a little bit. Isaiah Thomas, William Beer.
Mabait nun.
Oo, di ba?
What struck me dung Rodman was telling story was yung pag-aral niya sa tendencies kung saan pupunta yung bola pag iba.
Right.
So, even if kahit sabihin mong kahit sabihin mong YOLO siya sa labas ng court, pagpasok niya sa court, kahit pa paano, he still did his homework. Di ba? Tulad nga sinabi ni Enzo kanina about that trip sa Vegas wherein he spent over lumampas siya dun sa niya yung sa allotted time na sinabi niya kay
48 hours.
Oo.
2 days.
Sumobra-sobra siya ganyan. So, nung pagbalik niya sa court, he still delivered, di ba? Ano bang hindi ko siya na-get yun actually. Nung yung Indian run na sinasabi ni Jordan, di ba, they had a drill na yung takbuhan. Well, ako, I've experienced that. Medyo hassle nga yung takbuhan na yan.
Oo, kasi parang alam nila na, yun nga, kaka-party lang ni Rodman, so wala sa kondisyon yan. So sabi ni Jordan, jog lang tayo para makahabol siya. Makasabay, ganun. Tapos yung turn na ni Rodman na, okay, basta para sa mga hindi nakaalam, yung drill is, yung Indian drill na sinasabi, is tatakbo sila in one line, tapos magka-whistle ni coach, yung last in line, mag-sprint papunta sa harap ng pila.
Yan.
Igutin mo yung court.
Igutin mo yung court.
Basta ganun. So, yun nga, gusto nila Michael na bagalan lang natin para lang makasabay nga si Rodman. Yung turn na ni Rodman, gusto siya na yung nasa harap, hindi nila mahabol. Parang sabi nila, it took them 4 laps around the court or around the gym bago nila nahabol. So, doon natin makikita yung parang niya, yung katawan niya na kakaiba rin. Kasi kahit na, yun nga, 2-3 days of partying yun na ginawa niya. Tapos pagbalik niya, biglang ganun pa rin yung tip-top shape pa rin siya.
Yeah. Tsaka,
yun.
He still did his homework despite that. So, he was a real student of the game kahit his antics showed otherwise. That's why I really like him. Kumbaga, he's one of the role players na so usually pag role player, di ba, hindi naman siya mapapansin talaga. But then for some reason, even if you take out the fancy colored hair, the tattoos, the nose rings, one way or another, you'd still notice a Dennis Rodman in the court by his play. That's how he stood out to me, to people. And yun nga, as they said, when Scottie Pippen was out, during that duration of the early 97-98 season, it was Rodman who kung sino yung sumama kay Jordan to drive the bus para makapagbalik sila into their winning ways. Yeah. Go, Piel. What was your thought about episode 3? Wala ka sound. Sige, salita ka.
Hello?
Yan, okay.
Yan, medyo.
Ayun, yun.
Actually, hindi ko rin alam yung ano, childhood story ni Dennis Rodman. Tapos, parang naalala ko kagad si Jimmy Butler nung narinig ko yung story niya. Kasi same sila eh, parang kinik out sila nung parents nila. Tapos, they had to find houses para makatulog sila, ganun. Tapos nagganap sila din ng scholarship para at least mabuhay sila, ganun. Tapos, actually, na-compare ko rin talaga siya kay Jimmy Butler kasi kung naalala nyo si Jimmy Butler, ano rin siya, parang feeling ko Dennis Rodman type din siya ng player pero sa offensive side naman. Kasi si Dennis Rodman, ano siya eh, aminado siya na wala siyang arsenal pagdating sa offense eh. So binabawi niya lahat sa defense. Tsaka sa pagbasa ng nung tendencies ng bola, kung saan siya pupunta. Si Jimmy Butler naman, nagsimula siya nung parang defensive guy din, pero nakita ni Tom Thibodeau na sobrang gifted niya sa an offensive player. So, yun yung dinevelop niya.
Actually, I was very curious nga. So, tinignan ko yung stats ni Rodman nung 97-98 season. He was averaging around 35 minutes per game, mga ganun. Ang points niya, 4.7 points per game. Field goal percentage, 43%. Free throw percent, 55. So, masama rin pala sa mag-free throw. Pero the surprising thing here is, of course, the rebounds.
Rebounds.
He averaged 15 rebounds per game and 3 assists per game. Yeah. So, even if you'd say, yun nga, tama, he's a role player. Kasi, kita nyo naman, yun lang yung role niya to defend and get those rebounds. Kasi if you don't get the rebounds for the game, you don't really win. Yun. And ang last year na pala niya was the 99-2000 season, where I think he played for the Mavericks. Right. How about you, Jake? What do you think?
For me, more than the on-court stuff, because we all know that see Dennis Rodman, he's a role player, but at the same time, he comprises of the big three. Because as much as us fans and the media keep talking about Magic and Scotty as one of the best 1-2 punches, we tend to overlook Dennis Rodman just because he's a rebounding specialist and doesn't have really much offensive arsenal. Pero as I was watching through the 2 episodes, you can see that nahirapan talaga si Jordan to continue carrying the Bulls without Scotty, and even with Scotty, any game na Rodman would tend to be out of sync or in his own world, stuff like that. You can really see his value, even though it's not shown in the stat sheets, even though he's not one of the flashiest scorers. His value talaga cannot be undermined. But more than the on-court info, the on-court statistics, I was really super intrigued by the off-court antics, from his partying to his hair color. I think one time he even wore a wig on. I'm not sure if you guys are music fans like me, but the personality that Dennis Rodman gives off is Tyler the Creator vibes. He's just some rapper that tends to wear wigs, tends to wear a lot of those pink colored suits. That's who Dennis Rodman reminded me of. See Tyler the Creator. Just in his own element, in his own world, but at the same time, it just fits for him. He doesn't look off, he doesn't look weird. He looks like Dennis Rodman. He's in his own element. Super normal, natural yung galaw niya. Even though for us, if we try to pull off those type of antics, we'd be considered weird, we'd be considered a little bit delusional. For Dennis Rodman, this is normal to him.
Yeah. See, Jake brought up actually a great point. Kayo ba, would you consider them a big three during that era? So I don't think many people do di ba?
Parang ganun yung sa kanila, di ba? Yung pag-market. I mean, you look at Google images of those bulls. Laging tatlo yung lalabas eh. It's always Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman. It's never just... Sige, sometimes it's Jordan and Pippen, pero at least dito sa siguro sa atin, sa Pilipinas, when you talk about the Bulls, you always talk about them in threes. Silang tatlo palagi. So,
Okay.
in that sense, I would consider them a big three. Although, yun nga, yung nakikita nating modern big three kasi parang highly offensive. Offensive leaning na, di ba?
All-stars talaga. Yeah.
O all-stars na talagang both ends of the floor may contribution. Just like sa Miami, di ba? LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. Ganun sila eh. Sa Golden State, ganun din. So, parang hindi siya modern version of a big three. But it's still a big three during that time.
Sige, ikaw, Levi.
I do believe that. Yung big three narrative naman nasa covers na yun, nasa media, nasa broadcast. Kasi if you'll remember the 2015 Hawks, like player of the month silang 5. Di ba?
Sino nga to? Sila Horford?
Horford, Millsap, Corver, Tig, and sino nga yung tres? Murray Carroll. Murray Carroll. So, big five sila.
Si Carroll,
Technically, di ba? They had 4 All-Stars that year, except Carroll. Yeah. No, another comparison maybe is, of course, yung 2004 Pistons.
Yeah.
Ben Wallace, Rashid Wallace, Prince Hamilton, Phillips.
Yes.
Like you won't count someone out. I think that's the kind of image na they had nung 97, 98, like Rodman, Pippen, Jordan. Like you won't talk about the Bulls na Jordan lang or Jordan Pippen lang. Which used to show siguro credit to Rodman talaga. He made a name out there.
Yeah. And I think the incident that caused for Rodman to start his antics was yung nahuli siya may baril di ba? Sa kotse, yun. So after that incident, he got traded to the Spurs. Apparently for Sean Elliott and someone else. Siya na pala. Siguro pala siya nun. So yung kumbaga yung champion na Spurs na doon si Sean Elliott noong 99, bumalik na pala siya nun, kumbaga. Diba? I was surprised with that.
Wala din ako narinig ko Sean Elliott. Umalis pala siya sa Spurs. Akala ko San Antonio guy siya all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sige. Okay, let's talk about one of the most notable teams, most notorious teams ever to play in the NBA. The Detroit Bad Boys. Wow, so siguro sige Enzo, you can start off with this.
So the Pistons, konting history, the Pistons won the NBA championship noong 89 saka 90. Back-to-back yan. In those years, they faced Chicago. And obviously, Chicago lost in those 2 years to Detroit. Tapos, yun, yung strategy ng Detroit nun was really, ito yung tinatawag nating Jordan rules. Which was, naging, basta, balyahin nyo si Jordan. Prevent at all costs Jordan from scoring, from reaching the paint. Yan yung Jordan rules. So, kaya kung titignan yung highlights ng rivalry ng Bulls sa Pistons during that time, it's really hard-hitting. Jordan a lot on the ground. Saka, yung talagang, kung in today's game, puro flagrant foul yung mga ginagawa nila.
Kumbaga, di ba, series yun, di ba? Playoffs. Series, playoffs, di ba? Kung game 1, lahat sila ginawa na yun. Buong series wala sila sa ngayon. Di ba?
Ganung tipo yun.
Before, wala pa eh. Okay, mag-end tayo 10 minutes. Okay. Sige, PL, ikaw, what do you think about the Detroit Bad Boys?
Well, kasi ako matagal na akong Pistons fan.
Oh,
So, medyo alam ko rin yan. Pinanood ko rin yung docu ng Bad Boys na yan. Tapos, hindi sila nag-start nung, kay Jordan pa. Nag-start sila parang 2 years before ata. Kasi lagi silang tinatalo ng
Celtics.
ng Boston eh. So, ginawa nila, parang dinagdagan nila lahat ng, yun, si Bill Laimbeer yung parang instrument nung talagang pagiging bad boy, nila type. So, yun sila Kevin McHale, sila Larry Bird, sila Robert Parrish. Lahat yun talagang binabalya nila, tinutulak nila. So, parang yun yung nila, way nila of getting out sa Eastern Conference.
Oo.
Parang yung ginawa nila Jordan naman, sila Jordan nagpalakas, nagpasok sila ng bagong system sa team nila. So parang yun yung nila, coping mechanism nila para at least makakuha sila ng championship.
Mhm. Pero sino yung core sino pwedeng sabihin mong core ng Bad Boys?
Or siguro Isaiah, Bill Laimbeer, John Sally,
Dumars.
Si Dumars. Si Dumars yung parang medyo madaldal sa kanila. Tapos yun, pagka medyo, tapos yun, so nakakuha ka na ng 4 na core, pagka nasira mo na yung rhythm ng kalaban, dyan napapasok si Microwave. Nakalimutan yung pangalan niya.
Mahorn?
Number 15. Nakalimutan yung pangalan niya
Johnson.
Yun.
Johnson.
Si Vinnie Johnson.
Si Vinnie Johnson.
Yes.
Okay. Tapos, sino yung most talented player dun sa team na yun?
For me,
aside from Isaiah.
Ayun, si Johnson, tsaka Joe Dumars.
Yeah,
kasi,
pwede.
Silang dalawa talaga. Kasi yung mga big men ng Detroit, sila
more
more on defensive sila So, talagang heavy sila sa scoring ng guards.
Mostly enforcer sila in that team. Coached by Chuck Daly, the great Chuck Daly. Yeah. Marami na pinahirapang teams yung Pistons team na yun. From the late 80s nga, tama. Late 80s, I think the half of the 80s decade, sila yung contender. Kasi they faced off with the Celtics. The aging Celtics. I think that was the last year of kung kailan sila nag-champion before 2008, 86. Then they faced the Bulls naman in the latter part. So, sino yung champion 87? Boston pa rin. Most likely, no?
Boston o LA?
Lakers.
Lakers. Okay.
Parang nag-back-to-back sila
Showtime LA. Yeah, okay. Tama. Pero ako, if I were to play for a team, I would have loved to play for the Detroit Bad Boys. Siyempre, those are types of players na you would hate to be playing against you. But,
we'll have your back.
You'd love to be your teammates, di ba? The Jordan Rule, doon pala na yun. Ang nasabi ni Coach Malone, I think siya yung tatay ni Mike Malone no?
Ni Mike Malone, kamukhain.
So, pag nasa wing daw si Jordan, pinapumunta na sa elbow. Kumbaga, force him sideline. But then again, he can't make him drive baseline. Yun lang naman di ba? Ano pa ba? Tapos, force him left.
Force him left.
Tapos, yun.
Tapos pagka sa post, double him from the top.
Yeah. Tama.
Pagka nasa paint na, paano yun? Pagka when he's in the air,
paano kung lumusot?
nasa paint pa, banggain mo na, parang gano'n.
Yan, So, yun. And to think of it, yun nga, tama nga din naman yung strategy na yun. Kasi nga, mostly one-on-one lang naman yung sistema nila that time. And if kumbaga, they knew na Michael Jordan was gonna force himself to get his points. and they played team defense. Kumbaga, wala akong maisip na team sa ngayon or like, sino bang pwedeng gano'n na kind na team na pwedeng makumpara doon sa Bad Boys in terms of defense? In terms of that kind of team defense. Meron ba?
Wala. Kasi pagka
Parang
ganun
wala
na ngayon, puro foul na yun. Foul out yung buong team.
Oo.
Kasi sa kanila, hindi lang ano, no? Hindi lang tactics. Talagang pisikalan. So the technique, the tactics are there. Kasama pa yung physical quality sila. So, kumbaga, yun nga, that's why they had a super hard time beating that team for the Bulls. Yeah.
Last week kasi, after nung episodes last week, si Mr. Miko Halili, na meron siyang pa-Q&A sa Twitter. Tapos, merong nagtanong sa kanya. Sabi niya, do you think the Jordan's legacy would have been like this if he didn't come across the Detroit Pistons? Parang naisip ko, magandang discussion point. So isip ko, oo nga no, kung wala yung Pistons, hindi ko alam kung ma-achieve ni Jordan yun eh. Kasi pinapanood ko kanina. Yun nga, isa episode 4. Dahil dun sa Pistons defense na yun, ang ginawa ni Jordan, bigla siya nag-weights. Weight training siya, he decided to bulk up. And he influences teammates to do the same. Tapos yun nga, syempre disappointment after disappointment yun, year after year against Detroit. And then eventually na lagpasan nila yun. So I don't know, ano sa tingin nyo? Tingin nyo ba ganun pa rin yung legacy ni MJ kung hindi niya nakalaban yung Pistons na yun?
Well, in a way, hindi ka naman he'd still reach great heights as Michael Jordan. But then, siguro it will be some other team na would make him get that hungry to improve. I'm sure one way or another we're gonna his talent will still stand out from the others as Michael Jordan. Siguro it's just gonna be another team or another instance, kumbaga. For me, but then no one would know that actually at that time kasi nobody even knew na he was bound to be the greatest player to ever play the game. That's for me. Kayo. Music.
I think for me, hindsight is always 2020 pagdating sa mga ganitong mga usapan. But I think personally 6-for-6 still happens because knowing Jordan's drive, knowing his nature, I still think he would have taken the initiative pa rin to bulk up. Kasi he would always be the type of player to just look for improvements. I think if you guys remember sa episode 1, he could have been content with just winning one championship sa North Carolina, or I'm not sure how many championships they won, but the bottom line is he could have just been content with where he was. Pero as mentioned by the late, basta yung coach ng UNC, he just kept getting better and better every year. So I think if the bad boy Pistons don't happen, there will be different challenges posed at him, and he would find ways to get better pa rin. So I think for me, 6-for-6 happens, but the route going there just iba lang siya.
Yeah. Wins. That's same with me. Ikaw, Levi.
As a LeBron fan, kailangan may disclaimer na gano'n. Yeah, no. Ito lang, I want to put it out there na ayoko lang nung na because of this documentary na Jordan fans are even hating more on LeBron and vice versa. So on and so forth. Let's appreciate greatness. But in terms of the GOAT debate, I do think na storyline wise, he kept on losing first round. Then the Detroit Bad Boys were there, but instead of signing with a better team, ganyan, ganyan. He just improved from within and kept working hard. Eventually tumanda na yung Lakers and yung Celtics and nag-champion na sila. Pero at the same time, and ito naman, this is nothing against, of course, Jordan's greatness. He's the GOAT, pero like the circumstances din siguro na he had nung mga panahon na yun. I mean, the team owner was good. They had Kraus who kahit
Yeah.
sabihin na natin may konting saltik pero still made great moves, di ba? They landed Pippen and Rodman eventually. Like when I look at the first era Cavs ni LeBron before making the decision, sobrang sama talaga eh. Sama nung admin nung management, nung owner. Like, he probably wanted Amari Stoudemire. That was the target. That was the biggest target prior to 2010. And it didn't happen. And, yun nga, parang wala talagang inares kay LeBron before moving to Miami. And what if, it's just a what if, like what if he had the probably same management that took care of Jordan. He probably would have stayed and eventually won a championship na rin dahil tumanda rin yung Celtics, Garnett and Allen and Pierce. But ganun eh. Well, that's how history was written eh. Again, 646 is 646, and for LeBron, it was never the same. Kept changing teams, siguro. That's basically an argument against him. But yeah, that's the great thing about Jordan, di ba? Like, of course, count out the Wizards outlier. Talagang he just had one team for his prime.
Yeah. Phil. Go.
Ako, feeling ko more than pa yung makukuha ni Jordan eh. Kasi kahit na hindi lumabas yung Bad Boys, parang yung mentality niya kasi growing up, every year he needs to parang prove himself pa eh. So, he needs to improve, he needs to work on his game. Parang ganun sila binring up ng parents nila eh. So, whether dumating yung Bad Boys or hindi, parang destined talaga siya na nandun sa top ng NBA players.
Fine, oo. And yun nga, after the Bad Boys, they really felt na they had to change something. They had to make drastic changes in order to overcome that team. And one thing they did was bring in Phil Jackson. Tama ba? Oo, no? Phil Jackson.
Oh.
Pero prior to that, there was also Doug Collins who coached them after the previous coach. Kumbaga, si Doug Collins was the second coach na ni Jordan. Tama ba ako? Second, yeah. So, and surprisingly, they made the Eastern Conference Finals. Ito yung unang salta niya. And this was against Detroit as well. 87. Tama ba? Yeah. 87. So, kasi us knowing Doug Collins now, we just know him as a ano ba?
Analyst.
Commentator, an analyst. Yeah.
Broadcast personality.
Commentator, analyst to.
Siya rin yung last na coach ng Philadelphia nung sobrang sama nila sa league.
Siya ba? Okay. Yeah, and not known to many like us. He was also the mentor of Michael Jordan back then. But then yun nga, it was short-lived. It was Phil Jackson came in the following year after he got fired. And Phil Jackson came in and brought the triangle offense to life. Well, hindi naman siya yung simula ng triangle. It was Tex Winter, his assistant coach, who brought that system into the Chicago Bulls and made everyone better. And surprisingly, hindi pala siya na-buy in kay Jordan during that time. Kumbaga, he wasn't a fan of the triangle offense during that time. At first, initially when he first heard of it. Pero yun nga, surprisingly, dyan nag-evolve yung pagka-point forward ni Scottie Pippen, yung pag-open up ng offense, pag-spread ng bola sa kanila. And the year after that, the year they implemented that type of offense, they swept their freaking nemesis, the Detroit Pistons, in the Eastern Finals ba? First round. Basta yung season na yun.
Hindi first round.
No?
Basta na-sweep nila.
Yeah. Finally, natapos sila yung, kumbaga yung curse ng Detroit. Yun. And I think from there, Jordan realized na kailangan nga niyang take a step back and get his teammates more involved. I think yung pa rin naman yung off-season before that season, na-realize na niya na kailangan niya isama yung teammates niya. What do you think about that? That turning point, kumbaga, wherein they made drastic changes?
Yun nga, ano yun side effect talaga nung presence ng Detroit Pistons on their side Kasi sila talaga yung nag-push dun sa Bulls team na yun to really improve themselves, diba? Na kaya kung titignan mo yung legacy ni Jordan, pwede mong sabihin na the Pistons helped him reach his full potential. Kasi after that, everything changed physically, mentally, organizationally for the Bulls, diba? Bago lahat
You guys. Okay na?
Oo. Siguro, agree ako kay Enzo na nakatulong talaga yung Bad Boy sa pag-reach ni Jordan ng actually yung prime niya kasi nag-start nung nag-start din si Doug Collins kasi nag-defensive player of the year siya, All-Star MVP, League MVP, pero yung talagang peak ng playing years niya dumating after nung Bad Boys
Yeah.
So feeling ko yun yung parang yung side effect ng Bad Boys. But parang compare mo siya kay LeBron, yun yung side effect nung na-overcome niya yung Boston.
Yeah.
Yun nga, nag-iisip nga ako actually ng anong pwedeng ipareho dun sa situation na yun. Pwede nga yung Celtics, no? Oo ba?
Yung situation lang, pero yun yung funny topic sa Twitter kanina kasi obviously real time nagtweet yung mga tao habang nag-stream na yung next 2 episodes na parang these bad boys were who the 2008 Celtics thought they were, no? So parang just hold up, it's not hindi kayo yan.
Hold up.
Yeah, the bad boys are the bad boys. And Celtics, of course, credit to them. Nanalo sila ng championship in first year lang na binuo sila. Pero, they're not, kumbaga, it's to brag about na para bang they kept LeBron ringless because of their team. It's just not, rin naman. I don't think it's the only reason then.
Yeah, interesting point. Wala na iba no? Was there...
I think for me,
Cleveland.
may isa.
Sige.
Well, hindi to LeBron related, but it's actually in line with Kobe when he missed those air balls against Utah.
Yeah, okay.
Parang that was
okay,
his
yeah.
Detroit moment.
Yeah, those are playoffs. Sige. Paano ka natapos ang episode 4? Hindi malala. Si Rodman ba? So,
Hindi, yung binring up yung may comments Jerry Krause in the middle of right before the All-Star break, 98.
Yes.
Parang
Saying na it's time, parang something like they want Jordan back. Yung sinasabi niya. They want Jordan back.
Okay.
Kahit na alam naman nila hindi maglalaro si Jordan without Phil Jackson. And Phil Jackson is already in his final year.
So,
Tapos doon na natapos yun eh.
In-announce na ni Phil na hindi siya babalik next year. Di ba? So, may game sila versus Utah. I think that's their second game in the season since interconference siya. So, 2 beses na sila magkita. And they lost that game, di ba? So,
they blew a big lead.
Yep. They blew a big lead. Knowing na ito yung parang finals preview nga. Kasi ito rin yung finals nung 97 season. So it was a sort of a statement game. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna look out for in the coming episodes. So ngayon tapos na si Rodman, yung pinakahintay kong episode. Ang sunod ko naman hinihintay is Tony Kukoc. O sino bang hinahintay yung players in the future? For me, he's a really special player. Kasi kaliwete siya, tas shooter. Tas he's a European din, di ba? We're in that era. Hindi ko naman siya masyadong hindi mo masyadong popular yung mga European players sa NBA. Yo, what are you guys expecting in the coming episodes pa? Kung hindi pa siya upload.
Hindi ko alam eh. Siguro yung sa gusto kong makita yung years 94-95. Wala si Jordan.
Okay. Oo nga, no?
Something about that time.
Baka doon magtutugma no? Kasi nasa, na ngayon di ba? Umabot na 91. Kung saan nag-champion sila. So, yeah, siguro doon mag-end. Yung sa latter part na series, pwedeng doon magkita. Kasi meron pa din madaming players on that team na hindi pa masyado na-feature like Ron Harper. Ron Harper kanina lang lumabas. And Luke Longley, syempre, wala pa rin. Ito yung mga idol natin ng bata eh. And siguro more of the for me more of the Jazz Bulls rivalry. You haven't seen Stockton. You haven't even seen Kobe yet. You haven't seen. I'm sure Karl Malone has a lot to say in this series. So yeah, that's for me. Ewan, kayo ba?
Since nag-bring up mo si Ron Harper, ganda nung sinabi niya kanina. Diba, kinwento niya yung defensive strategy ng Cavaliers nung the shot.
Yung shot.
Hindi ko rin alam. Kasi, para lang ma-explain natin sa mga manonood natin. Yung sa the shot, ito yung bumitin si Jordan sa may free throw line to hit the buzzer beater against Cleveland in Game 5 ng series nila.
Sa ere.
Tapos ang defender niya, si Craig Elo.
Yeah.
Parang the whole game, or for a good part of the game, si Ron Harper yung defender kay Jordan. Tapos, he was doing a pretty good job against Michael. Tapos, nung sinabi ng coach nila na si Elo yung babatay kay Jordan, nasabi ni Ron Harper, fuck that, man. Parang ganun, di ba?
That's BS.
It's BS.
Item head out.
Hindi ko alam na nasa Cleveland pala siya noon. Si Ron Harper. Kasi alam ko, Bulls na siya talaga eh. Part pala siya noon, nung team na yun. Ng The Shot. Hindi pa natin na pag-usapan yun, no? Kumbaga, Cleveland was still, di ba, pangat pala yung Bulls ito, and Cleveland was the more established dominant team. So, with them, so, they weren't really expecting the Bulls to come up with the series. But then, Game 5 di ba? Nung time na yun, best of 5 pa lang ang first round. Yun. So, I think dikit yung series the whole time. Nag-1-1, nag-2-2, di ba? So, yun.
Alternating.
And yun, when Jordan hit that shot, kumbaga doon na naging contender talaga ang Bulls. Kumbaga they're not just a team around the corner who's kumbaga may potential lang, but then they actually can prove themselves to be winners, kumbaga. Yeah, that's it. And surprisingly, malakas din pala yung Cleveland before. Unlike, may time pa lang lumakas yung Cleveland. Eh. Kalahin yun. Sila Mark
Oo.
Price, sila Nance ata andun yun.
Sila Brad
Larry
Doherty,
Nance.
Larry Nance, oo.
Yan.
I think kung di nag-aamali, ang nakita kong coach doon si Lenny Wilkins. Nung
Oo.
Oo.
diba? Nung time na yun. So, ganoon na pala siya kalayo. Matanda. Nagko-coach siya sa 2000s.
Oo, ang tanda na nun.
Yeah, I guess that's it for episodes 3 and 4. We have more to come next week. And we have what? 3 more weeks left before the end of The Last Dance. And it's just getting better and better. Kayo, may
Oo nga
add
pala, naalala ko sinabi ni Jordan bago i-release yung The Last Dance na after you watch this, less people will like me as a person. So, hindi ko pa nakikita eh.
Wala
Hindi ko
pa,
pa siya
no?
hinihate as a person. So, yun ang hinihintay ko.
Wala pa
Bakit
masyado.
niya nasabi yun?
Okay. Oo, parang narinig ko nga rin yan. So, tama. There's a lot to look out for. Just stay tuned. I think everyone is staying tuned. Parang ito nga yung pinakanihintay ng lahat. After Game of Thrones, na ganito yung hype. Di ba?
Oo.
Kayo, you guys have anything to add pa? O okay na tayo? For...
Hahabol ko lang yung crossover ni Reggie Miller kay Jordan
Bakit?
in
Kailan to?
transition.
Kailan to?
Grabe, no? First part ng episode 3. He did him dirty that time.
Ito ba yung fast break?
Fast break yun. No one knew, di ba? No one knew na crossover pala ni Reggie Miller si Jordan.
Yung pala, akala ko ano yun. Pacers pala yun. Akala ko Warriors. Kasi
Pacers.
yellow, di ba? Hindi pa
Dilaw,
ganun.
oo.
Yeah, okay. Those were the 90s. And actually, okay, ang maganda rin pala dito is that we don't just see how basketball was in the 90s. Kahit pa paano yung 80s na babalikan din natin. Which was a time na hindi na tayo buhay. Hindi pa tayo buhay, kumbaga. And at least for the millennials and ourselves, we got to see how basketball was during their time compared to now. Forma, style of play, coaches, ganyan, philosophies. So, for a basketball lover, for a basketball fan, this is definitely doing wonders to everyone right now who's not being able to play basketball. Sadly. So, yeah. Ayo, Jake, PL, anything else?
So, siguro dadagdag ko lang dun sa sinabi ni Enzo. Yung parang sinasabi ni Jordan na after this you will hate me. Makikita mo yung comparison nila ni Kobe kung paano sila maging leader. Hindi lang as a player eh. Kasi ganun din si Kobe as a leader eh. Sa mga, sa ibang player niya, kila Lamar Odom, kila Pau Gasol, kila Sasha Vujacic. Ganun din siya eh. So, parang makikita mo talaga na parang identical sila eh when it comes to off the court and on the court leadership.
Kumbaga talaga leader. Hinahanap niya yung kumbaga kiliti ng kanyang teammates para mapunta sila sa isang direction, di ba? So that's the type of kumbaga he leads by example in that's the simplest way. Sige, Jake, final words.
I guess for me, now that we're 4 episodes in, it's actually a complete documentary. Hindi lang siya basketball movie. It talks about all facets of life, the business side of it, the off-court drama, the antics among different players. I think anyone who's not really into basketball will really enjoy this movie. So for those who have not been able to see it yet, like I really suggest na panoorin niyo because hindi lang to puro basketball lang. Like it talks about different facets of life that you can really learn a lot from this. Like in our own professional lives, like like for me, the biggest lesson, more than the whole hard work and chasing your dreams, it's really be careful who you do business with.
Yeah.
Although CMJ, they had no control
Yeah.
because they were drafted. You can
Yeah.
really see
Oh,
how cruel this world is, how cold the business side of
yep.
this world is. So now that we have so much control, which is why, to LeBron's credit, after give him a lot of props for that bold move of going to Miami. Like during the time he was getting a lot of hate, but when you look back at the 10 years later, he really enabled player empowerment, which
Yeah.
Jordan did not have a lot because he was under a really let's just say a horrible manager in Jerry Krause. So for me, the biggest takeaway so far, besides the basketball stuff, it's really ingatan nyo talaga who you're gonna do business with because once you sign that contract, there's really no turning back talaga. So
Mm.
that's just my few cents on the series so far.
Yeah. Oh.
Uh,
For me, it's either you choose who you want to be with or you adapt to how you're gonna alam mo yun, kasi minsan wala ka talagang choice eh. You're given those types of people. You have to work around them and uh, to make things work. So if we can choose, edi that's better. Pero yun nga, it's a documentary about life. And actually kahit panoorin mo siya, kahit di mo siya simulan ng episode 1, okay pa rin eh. Kasi kahit pa parang
Oo.
hindi naman siya talagang connected
Hindi mo
1,
siya
2, 3, 4 eh.
kabit-kabit eh.
Oo.
yeah.
So pwede rin if you like have the kung kunyari mapanood mo siya habang may nanonood na iba, tapos nasa gitna na sa episode, okay lang. You still get to appreciate the beauty of this docu-series, kumbaga. Okay. So if everything's good, that's it for episodes 3 and 4. Bad trip lang talaga, walang title yung mga episode nito eh. Hindi ko lang kung bakit eh. Hindi ko siya ma-label ng ayos eh. Para, wala eh, episode 3 and 4 lang, yun. Sige, we'll see you guys again next week. I'm pretty sure there's more to talk about and hopefully more controversies to talk about kasi that's what we all love. Maraming salamat again, Enzo, Jake, Piel, and Levi for joining us tonight. And there's more to see. Ito lang yung basketball na maano natin ngayon eh. So talaga, wala. Ito na pagsasagaan natin. See you guys. Maraming salamat. It has been Maroon Talk.
Yo.
Alright.
Thank you everyone.